Let's talk about emotional bank account, something that I learned from the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. So, what exactly is emotional bank account? It is a metaphor of an account for you to store trust that build up from your relationship with other people. It can be your partner, family, friends, or even your colleague. Basically, just anyone else. It is the feeling of safeness you have with another person. You should definitely watch till the end of this video if you want to learn more about how to build trust with other people. Because relationship is something that you want to get them right. You know how frustrating it is to have relationship problem with other people, especially those that are very close to you. Now, in our normal bank account, we make deposit with money. How about emotional bank account? What should we make deposit with? In emotional bank account, we can make deposit through courtesy, honesty, kindness, and keeping my commitments to you. It is all the emotional stuff, and with this, I build trust with you. And when our trust account is high, everything between us will be more instant, easy, and effective. It is part of the reason why when we make mistake, the other person can truly forgive us. It is because we have the trust reserve and it can compensate whenever we make mistake. Just like normal bank account, money can also be withdrawn, but we can make conscious and rational decision in withdrawing money. In emotional bank account, it is different. The withdrawal can happen without you realizing, and sometimes it happens automatically. And another bad news is that in your close relationship, such as your marriage or with your direct family, where you interact with each other every single day, you need to make more deposit to maintain that relationship. Which means the closer you are, the more deposit you need to make to maintain that relationship, because you are dealing with each other every single day and withdrawal happens every day. Now, let's talk about the 6 major deposits you can make right now to build up the emotional bank account with other people. Number 1, understanding the individual. Understanding the other person is very important. It is one of the most important deposits you can make, because you would not know what constitutes as a deposit to the other person until you truly understand that person. To make a deposit, what is important to the other person must be as important to you as the other person is to you. I know this sounds a little bit confusing, just let me explain. Take an example. Your wife loves to watch basketball game and she watches her favorite team play every single time. And you do not have any interest in basketball at all. But because your wife is very important to you, you sacrifice your own time and spend time watching basketball with her, because this is something that she loves to do and this is somewhat important to her. So every time when you watch a match with her, you are actually making a deposit into the emotional bank account with her. But this is a very ideal case. What happens more often is that we always interpret what considered as a deposit to the other person based on our own needs and desire. We think that what we do for the other person is for their good and our effort should be always treated as a deposit, but it's not right, it is wrong. For example, you ask your wife to spend her free time in reading books because you love to read books, you know there is benefit in reading book, but you don't see the benefit in watching a basketball game. So you ask your wife to spend the free time reading book instead of watching a basketball game. Yes, your intention is good, but it will perceive as a withdrawal. Because when we did something that doesn't touch the other person, deep interest and needs, it might not treat it as a deposit. It might even be a withdrawal. So rule number 1 here is that you need to understand the individual. For you to build up an emotional bank account with that person, you need to first understand what really constitutes as a deposit to that person. Number 2, attending to the little things. In relationship, little things are big things. You need to be more attentive to the little things. It could be your son come to you and show you the drawing that he painted when you are busy working. It could be your partner come to you and show you the video that make no sense to you at all. It could be you finishing every single dishes that your mom cooked for you. All these little things happen every day and you used to ignore them. But when you can spare a short time, even just for a few minutes to listen to them, to attend to the little things, you are actually making a huge deposit to the emotional bank account, because they can feel that you care for them. Sometimes you don't understand why all this minor issue and small matter. You just don't understand why they can get so mad about it. Just remember, in relationship, alright, little attention make a huge deposit. Little ignorance make a huge withdrawal. The little respect, kindness, and courtesy are just so important in building a relationship. Now, before we continue with this video, if you find this video helpful, a sub to the channel would be amazing. Number 3, keeping commitments. If you are able to keep all your commitments and promises to the other person, you are actually making a huge deposit into the emotional bank account with that person. But never make a commitment that you cannot commit. Do not make a promise that you cannot keep. Of course, making your promises happen does make a huge deposit, but breaking one is a massive withdrawal. The withdrawal is massive when you make a promise and not making it happen, especially when it is very important for that person. So don't make any commitment or promises if you are not sure that you can deliver. Sometimes unwanted situation does come up. It is unwise to actually keep the promises that we made earlier. Then we need to explain to the other person and seek their approval to dismiss the promises. The communication is very important in building a relationship, and this will lead us to the next point. Clarifying expectation. Another way for us to make a deposit is to meet the expectation of the other person. You know the feeling, right? To get what you're expecting from the other person, and once you got it, your relationship improved and the trust built up to a higher level. And it is also important for you to express what you are expecting from the other person. Okay, it is kind of two-way traffic. It is not an easy task to do. Trust me, it took a great courage for you to do it, because now you're asking people, okay, what are you expecting from me? And I'm going to tell you what I am expecting from you. Alright, so but with this, once we're able to meet each other's expectation, you are actually making a huge deposit into the emotional bank account. And also, if you are able to clarify all the expectation in the early stage, you will be able to avoid all the unnecessary argument, misunderstanding, and disappointment, which means you are also preventing all the withdrawal of trust. Number 5, showing personal integrity. Integrity is very important. Lack of integrity can almost undermine all the other efforts that you make to build up the trust account. Even if you're able to keep all your promises and fulfilling all the expectations, you can still fail to build up the trust reserve if your actions and words does not align with the value you have in your heart, which means you need to have the integrated character and oneness in you. One way to manifest integrity is to be loyal to those who are absent. When you defend for those who are absent, you actually retain the trust of those who are present, because they knew you are not going to talk bad about them when they are absent in the future. But when you are not, which means you talk bad about those who are absent and you talk about all the good things of those who are present, with the intention of you trying to build a good relationship with those who are present. It might seem like you're making a deposit, right? But actually you are making a withdrawal, because you just show other people your lack of integrity. Remember, the key to 99 is 1, especially the one that's very important to you. It is how you treat the one that reveals how you treat the 99 out there. So, end of the day, everyone is ultimately a 1. And remember, integrity is very important. Other people might not talk about it, but trust me, they can really sense your integrity. Number 6, apologize sincerely when we make a mistake. Some withdrawal cannot be avoided. Sometimes we lost patience, sometimes we get mad, alright? But it is important for us to apologize sincerely whenever we make a mistake. Alright? Tell other people that I'm sorry, it was my fault, I show no respect to you, I'm truly sorry. Just apologize genuinely and sincerely whenever you make a mistake. But you need to be aware of your mistake. You cannot always make the same mistake and always tell other people sorry all the time, because this is insincere and this is actually a withdrawal. On the other hand, not admitting the mistake we made is also a withdrawal. What I am trying to say here is that we can still make a deposit when we make a mistake, but the apology have to be genuine and sincere from the bottom of our heart. So that's it. These are the 6 major deposits you can make to build up the emotional bank account with other people. And remember, the closer you are, the more deposit that you need to make to maintain that relationship, and start building your emotional bank account with other people today. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope my video today can help you build a better trust and better relationship with other people. Hit the like button, share to your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, because this means a lot to me as I plan to grow my YouTube channel here. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.